Today we have a new collection from our friends at Hunkydory, and this has quite a few different elements. This is the Floral Archway concept card kit, and it makes a wonderful card. You'll be able to make 12 cards, and I'll show you exactly how. Then we have stickables. Now, stickables are adhesive backed. There is gold and there is silver. Each of them has 16 sheets, and they measure 5 3/4 by 8 1/4. So that's what you have. You can die cut, you can do all sorts of things. Speaking of die cutting, there are a set of dies. Now, this is called mini shape builders. So there's 6 of them, and some of them are nested, so you have multiple dies in there. In fact, there are 16 altogether. And wait till you see what Teresa has done to combine all of these goodies. We'd love for you to come play with us. You know, I should have shown you a card in that introduction. So the card is flat as it is mailed, and by the way, there are envelopes in the kit. And then it pops out like this. So you can see the arch. This one has 3 layers. And you can also see that this is in purple, so it's just really pretty. Now you can see that there's some silver accents, which makes it very fun. And they do stand up, of course, just like so. So let me show you the basics. Now, there are instructions in the package. They look like this, but it is so simple to do. And that's always very fun, isn't it? So I'm going to bring in one of the sheets. There are 4 different styles, and you can make 3 of each one. And this is the same one that Teresa used. So this is the lavender, which I really like. So what you're going to get are the sheets that are of course die cut and foiled. Then you're also going to get a series of arches, and they are clear acetate, just like this. And I know you can't see that, but you know, I'm holding something in midair here. And that is going to go on your card. So you're going to pop out the pieces, which you can see I've already done. I'm just going to pop these out, and here we go. And I'm going to just follow along with the directions that are right here, just so that you can see. So you're going to lay them, and I do want to show that these are double-sided. So this has got printed and foiled on this side. Now this side says handmade for you. Well, that's going to be on the back of the card so that you've got a place to write your message. So I'm going to turn that over, and I'm going to fold the score lines. So I'm going to start with a valley and do a mountain, and do a valley on the other side and a mountain. Now, you do want to have a bone folder, which I have forgotten. So you do want to go over those folds so that it will become nice and crisp. So that one is printed side up. This one is foiled side up. Now, this is kind of empty on the back side, so that's another way that you're going to know. Now, this is going to be on the top. So I'm going to punch out the silver frame, and I'm going to punch out the purple flower frame. Okay, so we'll set these aside, and I'll set this aside right now. So this, I'm just going to do the opposite with my folds. So this is going to go a mountain, and then a valley, and a mountain, and a valley. And what's going to happen is that these two are going to go together. But before that happens, we're going to take the clear acrylic, and we're going to put it right here. And you see how the edges, hopefully you can see, let me get it reflected in the light. Okay, see how there's some little tabs? Well, those tabs are going to rest on the shoulders of these 2 side pieces. But first, we're going to take this piece that is foiled, and we're going to foam tape it or glue it into the center there. That way we've got some sparkle on the inside. Okay, and I'm just going to let that sit there. Then I'm going to take this, and I'm going to put extra sticky tape on those shoulder pieces. So we'll just do that. And let me get some scissors. Okay. So the extra sticky tape, as I'm sure you know, is exactly that. It is super adhesive, and will especially good for surfaces that are slick, like acetate. Sometimes people use it with vellum. We always use it with our cards that are movable because it just really holds them together, and then there's no problem. Now, I'm going to lift this up, and I'm going to place it over the top of that centerpiece. And we'll do both of them. Now what I'm going to do, I've placed the tape on the top. I'm going to turn this over and place it. And you know, it's always harder when it's on camera. If any of you do things in front of other people, you will understand how this works. Okay, come on, little tape. There we go. Now, as I said, I'm going to place it with the shoulders over the side pieces, just exactly as they should be. And then on the other side also, you want to make sure to line it up smoothly. Okay, so pretend that that is lined up. Then we're going to take the arch, and that is going to go again with extra sticky tape, and we're going to position it so that it will be over that arch in the back. So that works really well. Then we're going to take extra sticky tape and put it on the side piece, both along the score line and along the outside edge, and place that right on top, just like so. And when you've done that, you've got all three pieces exactly as the finished one that Teresa did. So here's her. So you can see that piece in the center with the arch, and then right here. Now, what Teresa also did is that when I had this piece in the center, remember that? There are other pieces on the board. So I'm going to pop those out just so you can see. And she foam taped them, matching the art, so that she had a 3D look. Now, let me get this out. And so those were just layered with foam tape. And I'm just going to pop this so you can see. Okay, can you see the layers in there? That was done with foam tape. It just adds more interest to the inside. Nice. Okay. Now, the other thing that she did is she used one of the greetings. Now, there are several. This happens to be a note to say, thinking of you, and there is this circle. Again, they're foiled and die cut. So she has the thinking of you on the front, and that looks nice. Now, look at those hearts, how pretty those are. Okay, well, that is done with the silver stickable and the first of the cutting dies. So you can see that you can make these hollow hearts by taking two of the dies together. And so she's made two hollow hearts, and then she's made a solid heart right there. She's placed that on the foam, on the acetate, and this on the top piece. And then we've got something going on the back of our card. So here she has taken, this is our happy anniversary dazzles, and this has black, white, gold, and silver. And so she's put happy anniversary there. Again, a hollow heart and a solid heart right there. So all of our foiling is silver through everything. And then she also added a bow, and I think that's always just such a nice touch. And it's right on the front. And it is out of, you would guess it, out of the purple ribbon set. Okay, now that's our first card. Now Teresa tells me that whenever she gets a kit, she loves to see what else she can do. And I think we like that too. So let me show you the next card. And here it is. Again, it's going to go flat, and you can pop it up. Of course, you're going to want to pop it up. Now this only has 2 layers. So what she's done is she has incorporated the acetate onto the back of the top one. And then she also put the foiled, in this case it's gold, on top of that. So that's an interesting way to do it. So that acetate is going to get trimmed to be the same shape as that arch, which is actually, it already is the same shape as the arch. You're just going to cut off the side tabs, glue it in place with extra sticky tape behind this, and then tape the arch on it. Now, the back of it is the same. So she's put it together the exact same way, except she's left it flat, okay? Now, you can see the 3 layers. Hopefully, you can see the 3 layers. They're still there. Now, she did add some other things. So the first obvious one is gold. And let me show you. Here is the gold stickable. Again, they are already self-adhesive. And she brought in some solid cardstock. The solid cardstock she chose is the Strawberry Delight collection, which is a brand new one. And you can see there are 3 shades of pink in this collection. So what she has done is she has gone back to the cutting die, and she's used this shape as well as a smaller one right here. And then she's turned them. You can see that they're not setting the same way. This little notch is on the sides, on the corners, but here it is within the sides, okay? So she's placed that there. Again, the gold matches the gold foiling. And you can see that she's also added butterflies. Now, this is out of our butterfly collection, so you're going to get purple and pink and silver. So obviously the pink ones are what she's added. And she chose the Hunkydory Pearly Pinks self-adhesive pearl dots, and those are in the center of the butterfly dazzles. Now, the happy birthday, well, that comes from our package of tiny words and phrases. Now, this is in the Pastels and Pearls collection. So you can see the happy birthday right there. On the back side, yeah, she's done it again. Here's 2 solid hearts, more of the butterflies, more of the purple, of the pearls. And isn't that pretty? Just really nice. So you're going to have another piece that is, well, I guess not. You do use both of the pieces. Okay, you just put them together differently. Okay, so that works nicely. Now, let's see what else Miss Teresa has figured out. And here it is. Now, this is a card, obviously folds flat. This is 5 1/4 by 5 inches. So she took our 6 1/2 by 5 inch card, so it was 6 1/2 inches, and just made it 5 1/4. Okay, so the fold is up here, and here is that arch on this front, and there is no acetate, as you can see. How pretty is that? What a fun way to do this. And then the inside of the card looks like this. So where did she get the paper, the matching paper? And I have to tell you, I was really surprised because look at the pattern on this arch. It's kind of a mottled light blue with white. And look back here. It's, you know, it's not the exact same design, but it's the same colors. Well, it came from Mystic Moon 6 by 6 papers. How neat is that? So she took her card, cut it down to be 5 1/4 by 5, and covered the front with the Mystic Moon. And then she got into our straight line dazzles, and this is the colorful set. Now this has the mirror finish, the shiny finish, and you can see she's got a wide one at the top, right up near the fold. Then she has created her piece. So this backing, as you know, is one piece. She cut off the corners, and I'll show you where she's going to use them later, and did the triple layer. She allowed that frame, that silver frame, to stay in place, and did the 3 layers, as I said. And then I like how she did the front of it, where she has this little die cut spanning that arch. And I think that's really nice. And this is just going to fold the same size as the card, and it's going to fit the envelopes that are in the package. Now, on the inside, another sheet of that Mystic Moon, more of the straight line dazzles, and here are the side pieces that she cut off. And then these are the 2 other greetings that are in the pack. So that just worked really, really nicely. Okay, I have a fourth card, and this was a surprise to me. And let me show it to you. And here, so I'm thinking, okay, so where did these flowers come from? I don't recall seeing any flowers. Well, what Teresa did is she took this cutting die right here, and this one, it's got a circle and it's got kind of a square on the inside. So in her directions, which by the way are down below, she will say circle/square, and that's the die she means. Well, when you die cut that, you're going to get this. You're going to get a whole bunch of these petals. Interesting, flower petals out of a circle and a square. Okay, and these are the flowers, so you can make them quite large if you want to. So what Teresa did is she used the circle. Okay, so you see all these nested circles, and made kind of a nice size one in the middle. And then she die cut out of, in fact, I need to show you that, out of the Luscious Lace solid cardstock. You see all of those colors. And she went to the darker tones, and she cut out multiple ones of each color, in fact, including the green that's in there. And she made her flowers. So her flowers are simply going to be glued to this circle. So the first layer, let me do this laying it down. Okay, so you're just simply going to place them a little bit overlapping onto that circle. And it's just going to go right around. And you're going to have glue in there, right? So this doesn't happen. So let me show you what those look like. Okay, so here's one. Here's a bigger circle, and then she's layered them. Or there's a bigger circle, so she's layered 2 layers. So one goes around, and then another one on top of it. And then she put another circle in the center, and then she put a smaller circle, because you have those nested circles, out of the gold foil in this case, to be the center of her flowers. Now the other thing that she did is that she took a bone folder and just rubbed her petals over, pretend my finger is the bone folder, right like that. And it gives them some dimension. And also with that die, you're going to get kind of an edge around the flower petals. So I think this is just so smart. So there's a blue one. You can see she used different shades. Here is this color where she used, again, different shades, and you can see it on her card. Now, that's great about the solids, but what about this paper? So what she used here is windflowers. This was a collection we did last summer, and we still have some in stock, hooray, because these are beautiful. And she took the blue one and put it, cut it, again, the dimensions are down below, and then matted it on the Luscious Lace, this is the dark blue, and glued it to the front of her card. Now, this is a cutout that she also matted on, again, the gold stickables. So we're using gold and silver, of course, equally. We don't want to play favorites. And then she's placed her flowers there. So that worked well. The My Friend comes from the We're Together Pastels and Pearls collection. In fact, you can see it right there. On the inside of her card, and this is our regular 5 by 6.5 inch cards, she went green. Same thing, it's using it out of the windflower, matting it on gold and then on the solid green. And this again is, as I said, the green part. And these are cutouts from that same pack. You can see another flower where she's brought in the other colors that are showing and gone back to our hearts, as well as the circles, as well as the circle square. So all of them are getting lots of attention. So very fun. So lots of things that you can do with this collection. So to repeat what it is the Floral Archway concept card. And we've paired it with the stickable gold, the stickable silver, and also with the circle, square, labels, and hearts, cutting die, say that 3 times fast, all of them. Now, if you are interested in having the entire collection, we've got a deal for you. Over on the right side of your screen, you're going to see the Money Saver, and that will save you some dollars. Of course, you can get them individually. We're happy to do that too. And as I said, the instructions are down below. Teresa writes them out, and that's such a really nice thing because it's just going to give you all of that in one place. You can even print them out. And I do want to reiterate, there are directions in the Floral Archway card kit to take you through those steps that I did pretty quickly. So I want to thank you. Well, first I want to thank Teresa for making some very fun cards and showing us some creative ways to use the die and the stickables and the Floral Archway. If you are watching us on YouTube, you know what we want. We want you to like us. We want you to comment, and we hope you'll subscribe. Then head on over to paperwishes.com, take advantage of that Money Saver, print out any of the instructions you want, or just get a closer look at those measurements, and that would be great. That would please us very much, and we would love to have you join us. As a matter of fact, thank you for joining us and for being part of our Paper Wishes family. We'll see you next time.